So in your interview, if someone asks you to open open your local IDE,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to open either Eclipse or IDE or
Yeah.
IntelliJ or Spring Tool Shoot, something like that.
Mhm. Should I create a class?
Yeah, create a class and main method.
What name should I give?
Um, any name, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, main method. You can
What
just type.
what is
You can just type main.
main?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now write string.
String.
Yeah. So string is a class. Okay. Anytime a class starts with capital letter.
Oh, sorry. My
Yeah.
bad.
And then string.
Okay.
Yeah. So some okay, this is class name and some variable name you can write.
Okay. Um,
Anyway, anything is fine. Okay. What is this? SP is it? OP?
OP. Yeah,
OP.
OP.
Okay. And then is equals to, in double quotes you can write some string. Okay, and put a semicolon. This is a string now. Okay,
Yeah.
now we're trying to add um concatenate the string with another string. Okay, which is op is equals to, okay, op plus,
OP plus
in double quotes, under
string.
underscore swats. Okay, and then semicolon, try to write sys out.
Oh,
You can write s out and then controls
okay.
s out, small s.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
and try to print op, just write op. Yeah, save and try to execute.
Oh,
What happened?
wait. It just
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
to execute you are running already. Okay, what's the output? That the swats has come. Okay,
Yeah.
so I said string is immutable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we are changing string. Why? Because immutable means, I said, like, you cannot change it, right?
We declare it as like a private, like the string. If we use a word private in front of the string, and
um Private in front of string. No, how come private is linked to this?
no, I mean like if we declare it as it's private, so that I mean we can't change.
I mean, strings are immutable because we can't change the of like this creation, right? The created program. We can't change that. I mean, the values cannot be changed after we created this.
Yes.
Like when you
But
concatenate
we are,
two
but we
strings.
changed, no? We have assigned OP Datta, and then when we are printing, modifying OP with OP swats, now we are getting Datta swats. We changed it, no?
Yeah. I mean, when you concatenate strings, we are creating new string, right? Like not modifying the other one, the already there one. So
Okay. Okay, then let me do. You can remove concatenation.
oh, this
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, here only. Oh yeah, let that be as it is. Copy
Mhm.
line 8 and 9 and paste it down after 9. Okay. Name it as OP2, something like that. Sorry, OP. Let it be OP.
Mhm.
Now, remove the concatenation. No, just remove the code after plus. Okay, between semicolon and plus. Okay, remove plus as well. Okay, um, dot and then replace. Okay, do we have a method replace? Okay, okay. Now you can put one character which is an existing string, comma new character. So just we are trying to change a character in the data swats to
Mhm.
something else. Try writing like left side um, instead of Datta, put Kiran. So old character in the double quotes should be Datta.
Okay.
Right side should be Kiran between comma. So double quotes Datta, comma, double quotes Kiran. Okay, and then put a semicolon. Try to execute it.
Yeah.
So what happened now? We got Kiran Swats. Yeah. So even though without concatenation, we are still able to modify the string which is there in OP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So still we are right. I mean, immutability is there with string, but the thing is, every time you try to modify, string is allowing you to modify it, but internally it is not modifying the same object.
Okay.
Okay, so we will validate that with some method. Do you know which method will give you the address of, or which method will give you the, suppose datta is a string value, right? But this data string should be stored somewhere in the memory, right?
Yeah.
And what is how to know that memory address of this variable OP?
Get address.
No. So there is a object class method which we have covered in previous sessions, which will give the address of this variable. Can you guess
Yeah.
which object class method
Hmm.
will give you the address of the variable?
Uh,
Can you try searching Google?
okay.
Kiran, any guess from your
Uh,
side?
I didn't get you, Kalyum.
Yeah.
Which
So
object class method?
yes, will
Which
give.
object will give you address of the variable in
Yeah, correct. Which object class method will give the address of the variable?
hash code?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. So hash code method. So string is immutable still, okay, but it is giving us an some imagination that it is changing. Why is it happening? So you can understand when you print the hash code after each op, okay. Can you print the hash code after each op?
Okay. Each OP.
Oh yeah. So now first line string op is equals to datta, right?
Okay.
So now an object is created. Okay, what will be happening behind the scenes after execution of line 7? So
Mhm.
that will be an object,
Yeah.
string object, and that is referred with op. Okay, so
Mhm.
op is a variable which is storing the address of the object datta.
Okay.
Okay, now it's a kind of your house address. Okay,
Mhm.
op will be holding this object
Object.
address.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we will come to know when you are printing the hash code.
Okay.
Okay, so after line 7 write a sys out and then print, like write a code like op dot hash code. Can you write that after line 7?
Line 7, like here.
Yeah,
Hash code.
enter s out op dot hash code.
OP dot.
Hash.
Is it case sensitive?
Yeah, methods always starts with small case,
Small. Yeah.
small letters. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it will be a camel case. Okay. Now can you try to execute?
Yeah. I got this.
So what is that printed? Let me see.
I got a number.
Yeah.
Like a phone number.
So
Yeah.
this is the integral representation of the
Mhm.
object. Okay, of your object's memory location.
Okay.
Now in your laptop's memory, this data variable is stored at this address representation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, as per our assumption, so we are getting OP every time with different names, right? Now OP is concatenated and then OP is replaced with some string.
Yeah.
So what do you think is happening in the backend? Do you think all these OPs pointing to the same address or a different address?
Same address.
Do you think all of
I
them
mean,
point
if
to the same address?
like both Datta and Kiran.
Okay. So try to put the same logic
After Kiran.
after line 9 and after line 11.
Same thing. Copy and paste.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you try to execute now?
Yeah. Oh. We got the same.
Is it same? Is it same?
137. Yeah. Minus 137410418 minus 137410418.
Oh,
Okay.
same. Should not be, right?
I think we have to give this after
Yeah, after line 11. Okay,
11.
yes. Okay, 11 is updated, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
After 13 you have to give now. Yeah. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. Can you try now?
Yeah. Now it changed. But
It's
what
changed,
is
right?
minus 1374?
Yeah, it's also integral representation.
Okay.
Somehow hash code will evaluate the address and show you this address, this number.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay? So which means initially just Datta string is pointing to some address. Okay.
Mhm.
Then when you're trying to concatenate with SWATs, so what happened is a new string object is created and
Mhm.
that's pointing to some other variable, some other address location. Okay. And then when you try to replace Datta with Kiran, another string object is created, and then that address location is the last one which you printed, which means so we are still printing OP as one variable, but this variable address location, the object, and we have three objects created. Okay. So if at all the garbage collection is executing now, okay.
Okay.
So totally how many objects do we have with us now?
2. No. Yeah.
How many
1,
string
2,
objects?
3.
Sorry.
Datta is an object, Swats is an object, and replacement Kiran is an object.
Yes, yes. So three objects are there,
Yeah.
and but we are having a reference and the connectivity for a reference OP with only one object, right?
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
two objects are nowhere. They are kind of in the vacuum. They are in the air. Okay. So those objects will be ready for the garbage collection. Okay. Whenever cleaning activity will be done from our finalize method is there, no? In the um,
Yeah.
object class. So when you
Mhm.
execute that, other two objects will be cleared from the memory. Okay. Now you will have only hidden swats in the memory, which is pointing to. So that is about immutable concept. Okay. So
Yeah.
your uh, immutability is something like that. You cannot modify an object. Okay. If you write the same code, copy the same code,
Mhm.
write it below. No, just inside this method only. Write it from line 5 after line 14. Yeah, just paste it after line 14.
Okay. Paste it after run.
Line 14. Yeah. Okay.
So we have to change the OP to
No,
OP.
no. Yeah, yeah. Let put it at OP2, something like that. Yeah, everywhere.
I think we are good.
No, no. 18, 19.
Yeah, we got it.
No, no, no. We have to still update 18 and 19. Line number 18 and 19.
Oh, okay.
And then after line 14,
Yeah. Line 16 also.
line 16 also. Yeah. After
Ah.
line 14, just add one S out just to make sure some separation between these things. Put some separation strings like some stars or something like that. Write some 10 stars, something like that in the double quotes.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Now you have to change the object string to string builder after line 15.
After line 15.
Yeah, in line 16, replace string with string builder. Small u. Yeah. What is the error there?
It's like adapt using new string builder or change variable OP2 to a string.
Okay. Okay. Just write this right side instead of writing double quotes directly.
Mhm.
It has new string builder of Datta.
New string builder of okay,
Okay, and then double semicolon.
and there is a error here.
Yeah, after OP2, write dot append in line 18. Remove plus and put dot append. No, no, not in the left side. Left side is a variable, so your data will be assigned to that. The right side is the expression should be there. Okay, put it swats there in the double quotes.
Yeah.
Remove this plus and all right side to that. Okay. Yeah. Now you have to understand what we are doing here. Okay. Previously we are using string and we are trying to do some corrections. Okay. We are able to modify the string object, but the reference is being not modified. Reference is um, not modified. We are every time creating a new object.
Okay.
Now we are trying to modify. Let's see how the reference will be now. Okay, is it going to be changing every time or it's the same reference? Any guess? I think now right side we have this problem, right? Line 21.
Mhm.
What is this? OP2 dot replace.
Oh, I think we have to. Oh,
Can you mouse over on replace method? Mm, mm, Let me put it. Yeah, just write new string builder Datta new string builder Kiran.
here also.
Yeah.
Should I take this off?
No, no. Inside the replace, try to write new string builder Datta.
New string builder.
New, yeah, comma,
Comma.
and new string builder. Kiran.
Okay.
Is it done? Oh, I think it's not allowing. Let me string builder class.
It doesn't matter.
We have this method here. Start in string. Okay, you have to give index of it. Yeah, let's put some something like this. Just write as 0, comma inside the replace.
Should I take this off?
Yeah, take all that off.
Yeah.
0,
0,
comma 4, comma double quotes Kiran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you try to execute now?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see the address of it?
Yeah.
It's not changing, right?
Yeah.
So how many objects do we have now for the
Now
second part of the code which you have written?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No. We will be having only one object. We are just modifying existing
Oh,
object.
okay, existing objects. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So every time, so first time you are having string builder, okay? And this string builder, you're trying to concatenate with append method, right? So
Yeah.
then it is just modifying existing string.
Mm.
Then when you are trying to replace it with another string, Kiran, it is also modifying the existing string. Okay. Nowhere we are creating a new object. I think when you write a double quote of Kiran, then maybe it is creating one string object there. Yeah. Other than that, we are not modifying any. We are not creating a new object. But whereas in the first case, you are creating a new object every time. Okay. So can you ping me this
Code.
code in the chat? I'll just put it in here. Kiran, are you clear?
Yeah, yes, Kalyan.
Let me present my screen. Hope my screen should be visible for you guys now, right? Is my screen visible? You have not shared the complete code, Datta?
I did. I think.
After
Oh,
second,
okay, okay,
the
okay. Wait, wait, wait.
stars, can you ping me again?
Yeah, let me. I think it's not coming. I mean, this Google Meet is not. Okay, let me put in the WhatsApp group.
It's okay. I think the second after stars, right? You can copy only that string. I think long string it's not allowing to.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. After strong builder OP2. Okay.
String builder. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm,
sorry, sorry. Yeah, this is
Is
the
my
right.
screen visible to you?
Your screen. Just let me check. Yeah, your screen is visible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as part of first example, OP will be getting different hash codes every time. Whereas in the second example, OP2 will be printing same hash code. Okay.
Okay.
That is basically the immutable feature. Is immutable is it's not going to be changing the existing or created object. Okay, mutable is something you can change the object every time.
Okay.
So next commonly asked question is, how can you make a class as immutable? Okay, so why we use immutable in our real-time examples, that will also be another question. So for maintaining passwords, okay, so you should not allow your password to be changed by someone in the network or somewhere, right? Or
Yes.
any encrypted data which you want to pass. So for those scenarios we will be using string. And also yeah, mainly for those scenarios. So if you are using any data in a variable that or a class, so you don't want to that class to be modified by someone in the middle, so then we are making that class as immutable. So how can you make a class as immutable? By making a class as final access specifier. Okay, so when you write the class, if you have written class now, test, right, Data? So if you
Yeah.
can put test before that class name, so not only that class, any class, if you put a final before that class name, which
Mhm.
means it cannot be modified later on.
Yeah.
And fields inside the class as private. Okay, if we are declaring any variables inside the class, like static or non-static variables,
Uh-huh.
we are maintaining them as private. And also you should be allowing only public getter methods. Okay, so that the initialization for that class happens only through constructor.
Okay.
So which is like this. Let me open this link which will cover you what is that. So you see this class, sample class name as immutable, which is made final, and private access specifiers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and also public getter methods. If you want to populate name and date for these variables, as they're private, you cannot assign any variable name outside of it, right? You can
Okay.
only initialize through it through the constructor. So when you are initializing, when you are creating this class, only that time you can pass this data, right? Not in any other case. So once you create an object, that's all. An object is created, you cannot touch it. Even you touch it, you cannot modify that existing
Modified.
created object. So
Yeah.
that is called immutable.
Okay.
So this class structure which is created here will facilitate that behavior. Okay. So getters will only help you to retrieve the value. Okay. And the constructor will help you to populate the data to this
Mm.
object or initialize the object.
Okay.
Yeah. And private variables, they will help you to store the value inside the class. So you cannot access this value outside and modify
Outside.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the construction. If you, so people might ask, how can you make a class as immutable? So you have to tell these points. Okay,
Okay.
so that that question can be answered. Okay, what is the benefit of making a class immutable? So as I said, like caching purposes, if you want to store any data which should not be modified by someone or any programs outside, so that scenarios you have to go for immutable, making any classes as immutable. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Immutable class will be a thread safe. Okay, and string buffer is another one that is mutable one, but that is also thread safe. Okay, depends on your scenario. If you want to maintain your variable or any your classes as thread safe, or if it is needed for mutability, then appropriately you have to take the respective string class to go with.
Okay.
And oops concepts. So people might ask you what is association, aggregation, composition. Okay, association will represent this one to many, many to one, many to many, all these relationships. Okay, aggregation. So this is a scope. Okay, association is will have a broader scope.
Mhm.
Aggregation is one to many, has a relationship, so which is having a less scope. Okay, association will have four kind of scopes, right? One to many, one to one, many to one, many to many. Whereas aggregation will have limited behavior of has a relationship and one to many. Composition is restricted from aggregation, in which two entities are highly dependent on each other. Okay, it's basically uh, when you use part of keyword, but this is just for interview purpose. You will not be needing it anywhere in the future. Okay.
Okay.
And will the static method overriding work? So this is one tricky question people might ask in the interview. So will you be able to override a static method? So if it is no, why is that? So can you guess what is the um, answer for it? Why the static method cannot be overridden? Kiran? So what is method overriding? Let me power on the.
Can I answer? So method overriding is it's a object-oriented programming. Oh, we already have that allows a subclass or child class to provide.
Sorry, Datta.
I'm I'm just telling about method overriding.
Method overriding. Okay, okay. Tell me, please.
Yeah. So it's like a feature that allows a subclass or child class, you know, like one of its superclass or parent classes.
Mm, okay.
I mean, if subclass has the same method as like the parent class, it is known as method overriding.
Yeah, subclass will have same method as a parent class.
Yeah.
So that when you instantiate the subclass and call method uh, from superclass, so yeah, they will be having same method names and the child class method, whatever instantiated method will be executed.
Yeah.
That is called method overriding.
Yeah.
So we have two kinds of methods. What are they?
Overriding, overloading.
No, no, no. Overriding and overloading are kind of different types of polymorphism, which is static polymorphism or dynamic polymorphism or method overloading or method overriding.
Oh,
Okay.
so method overriding for the methods of method overriding.
Yeah, I'm asking,
Mhm.
we have two kinds of methods or two kinds of variables in Java. What are they? So as first a
Polymorphism.
concept we learned, right? Um, we might be having two different things in Java. like a static or non-static.
Okay.
Okay, static is one, um, static variable, static methods, how to call them, and non-static variables, non-static methods, how to call them, is something which we learned in our first session.
Yeah.
So now the question is, how can we, I mean, can we override a static class? Sorry, static method.
Uh, we cannot, I think,
We cannot.
because yeah, we cannot because method overriding is like dynamic. It runs in a dynamic for dynamic variables.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So if you have observed, we are dealing with, when you call a method overriding concept, right? So you are dealing with objects there, correct? So you have superclass, subclass, and when you are trying to override a method, overriding means you have two kinds of methods with same names available,
Mhm.
and you are executing one method only. How is that happening? Okay, superclass has a print method, subclass has a print method. But at a specific scenario, you have access to both the methods, but only one method is executing. So that is called overriding. So how is that happening? Based on the object which is instantiated and passed. Okay. So let me go to this page. You see here, test class having these methods. Okay. And no, let me take thing here. There is example. Okay. So there is a base class, which is super class. Okay. Base class has display method, and derived class, which is subclass, is extending base class. And here base is a parent and derived is a child.
Okay.
Both of them have display method and print methods. Okay. And we are trying to execute from a main method. Okay. And calling the display and print methods. Okay. Object is same, and when you try to execute the display method, how come the display from the child class is executed? Sorry, display. So the print method, how the print method from the child class is executing? Why not the super class?
Um, because it's non-static.
No, the here also it is non-static.
Oh, okay. Um,
Kiran, any guess? Is Kiran dropped off? Okay,
I think.
okay,
Oh,
sure. Okay. Why is this happening? Because let me explain you. Where is this? Yeah. So here as part of instantiation, okay, we are
Mhm.
writing new derived, right? So new derived is what? Child class.
Child class.
Yeah, as the child class instantiation is passed, that's why a print method from the child class being executed,
Okay.
right? So this is the important concept which you have to remember, okay?
Yeah.
So based on the instantiation, which method to be called is being decided, right?
Mhm.
But when you go with the static methods, do we need to instantiate to call them?
Uh, yes.
No. Static methods need not to have any instantiation.
Okay. You just need
Okay?
to
You
declare.
can just refer directly with the class name.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you want to call display method from here, you can just call base.display. You don't need to instantiate it. First point is that. So as we don't need to call the instantiation logic, so as per overriding rules, this should call to the class derives static overrides method. Since static method cannot be overridden, it calls base display method only.
Okay.
Okay, so even though object instantiation is happened here, so when you call object one.display, it is not executing derived class display method. It is still executing the base class display method because static overriding is not possible.
Okay.
Okay, so that is about this concept. Um, okay, so like this, Data, you can refer the questions, interview questions. Okay.
Yeah, I just went through string, oops, exceptions,
Mhm. Okay.
collections, and multi-threading.
Multi-threading as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just went through that, and I just had an idea about it, like what is multi-threading, what is collections.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any doubts so far on those things which you are referring?
I mean, if I went through any interview, I might get doubts in that.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't had one, so
Sure. Sure. Okay.
yeah.
So that is basically about the questions which that is how you have to go through with each question. So if there is no answer, please skip it for now. So
Okay.
we'll try to update them slowly based on the interview questions that you will be facing in the
Mhm.
upcoming days. Okay. So keep referring these interview questions and let me know if you have any doubts so that we will try to
Sure.
follow, discuss and clarify them. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Datta. Then I
Yeah.
think we can end of the session here.
Sure.
So we'll be discussing later. Bye.
Okay. Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thanks.